This is an easy do-it-yourself project, making miniature square floral accent pillows with gingham or check fabric, adding sunflowers or roses for decorations on couches, sofas, beds, and family living bedroom or porches for small-scale display. I made a variety of sizes that can be used in 1/6, 1/12, 1/24, 1/48, or 1 and 1/44 scales, or you can modify for other sizes. Materials and suggested project items are listed below in the description box. Choose a thin cotton or cotton blend fabric. I am using gingham and check designs for this project. Iron or press the fabric if needed. Here are several sizes cut from fabric of different color ginghams. There are other ways to make pillows, like using square shapes or with the seam in the back instead of on the bottom side edge. In this video, I make the square shapes from a rectangle fold over. See the description box for extra measurement and size ideas. In this example, cut a rectangle fabric piece of 1.5 by 3 inches to be folded in half lengthwise with front sides together for a final size of 1.25 by 1.25 when finished. Later in the video, I make the smaller scale pillows. Place a strip of glue on the opposite side of the folds, about 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. Leave the opposite from the fold side open so that you can use it for stuffing. Next, fold the fabric over in half lengthwise. Press the glued edges together and let dry. I put a clamp on the open end so the fabric may dry easier and also so I could find the hole when I add the filling and the stuffing. You can also needle sew the opposite edges instead of glue with coordinating thread. I then add a strip of glue on the seam edges for extra strength and then let it dry. Next, reverse the fabric inside out. I use a blunt tweezers and go into the open end and grab an inside corner piece and then help pull it through, gently reversing the fabric and shaping it into the square shape, gently pressing against the inside seams. Once the square shape is finished, finger press the edges. Reverse the fabric the same way for the sewed edges as for the glued one. Now add stuffing inside of the pillow, something like cotton, polyester fill, craft felt, beads, or other. Place small bits of the stuffing at a time, around the sides and edges first, and then in the center. Leave a 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch of space at the opening so that you can fold inward the two edges. It may be easier to fold over the two edges inward first, then add the stuffing. Next, place the glue on the inside seams. Press it together and let dry. You can fluff up and shape the corners if needed. I glue the inside seams together and press for the side sewn pillow, but you could sew it closed also. Let that dry. To make smaller pillows, I do not reverse the fabric. I cut the fabric rectangles, and then I use glue to seal the fabric from fraying. I use a paintbrush for the application of the glue. Then I add a piece of stuffing in the center of 1/2, add some extra glue on the other half, fold over the fabric on top, and press around the edges. So for the pillows that would be about 1/24 or 1/48 or 1 and 1/44 scales, I cut the fabric in a rectangle, fold back the sides together, and fill inside instead of reversing the fabric. When the edges are pretty well dry, I'll go around with the scissors and trim up the edges for any fray marks. The pillows are ready to decorate. Of course, you could leave them as they are without any decoration. For the larger pillows, I used purchased paper sunflowers and roses and fabric ones too. They range from 3/4 to 1 inch in diameter. Found in craft departments, scrapbooking supply areas, or online. You can also make the flowers with punches and copy paper, or fabric and cut them out. Some of the flowers had stickers on the bottom, which you could leave or remove, and then glue it to the fabric top. I did remove it because I thought it made it stand up a little bit too high. The fabric sunflowers were on a wire stem, which I removed. Then I unassembled the petal ring and the brown centers. The green plastic pieces and stem areas I discarded. Then I glued the petal rings to the center of the pillow and then put the brown piece in the middle. I'll add green leaves later. I used some paper rose stickers that I purchased. They come in many colors. You could also paint them to match whatever decor you wanted. There are also a number of other floral decoration ideas that you could use with other craft floral embellishments. For the smaller pillows, I used paper punches from 1/8 to 5/8 of an inch in diameter in the petal and star shapes. I layered 2 to 3 yellow pieces of paper, each alternating so that the open spots were covered, and then I glued it. I added orange color pencil marks around the centers of the flowers. Then curled the petal ends with a stylus to give the flowers a little texture. Next, I glued a brown paper center circle to the middle. The tiny one, I used a brown permanent marker to make a circle center dot. I had tried the brown colored pencil to make the little dot, but it didn't show up dark enough, so that's why I used the permanent marker brown. I used a couple of different paper circle punches to make the brown centers. Some of them I hand cut. Then I added glue to the tops of the brown circles. I sprinkled on some brown flocking, gently pressed, and then tapped off the excess back into the little bottle cap container. Then I glued the flowers on top of the pillow tops. I punched some green paper for the leaves and glued under the larger flowers, leaving a little bit to see. For the tiniest two, I used green acrylic paint applied with a toothpick for the leaves. I placed 2 to 3 sets of leaves underneath the flowers, all around. I think I'm going to go back and add the yellow flocking to the petals and then to the green leaves, the green and the yellow flocking. I think it might make it a little softer looking. You could make these accent pillows in any color fabric and with other flowers. The pillow will add a bit of sunshine to a bed, a couch, a sofa, or even porch furniture. The pillows are a great dollhouse accessory. I hope you like and enjoyed this mini project, making square gingham pillows with sunflower or rose accent decorations. Thank you so much for watching.